Welcome back, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you,
It's a brand new day, and the sun is high, and the
High
birds are
noon.
singing
It's hot.
that you're gonna die.
It's true. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a flying.
It's from that incel movie,
Which one?
Dr. Horrible.
Oh, I was gonna, there's a lot of incel movies.
A second
too.
later, he's like a kaiju and he's stomping around because that movie is a musical and nothing has to make sense once the song starts.
Yeah, I mean, every time, like, everyone knows that once the song starts, it just gets to be wacky.
So we exhausted his dialogue.
He looks exhausted.
That's just his face. That's just what Edgar?
Edgy?
Edgeworth do?
Edgelord?
Edgeworth. Edgar Wright.
Edgelord.
That's like the weird mix up I had is Edgar Wright has a lot of like letters and like it's Edge and then Worth. It's Edgar and Wright.
Oh,
I was
Keith.
like, I traced it back. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but I traced it back.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
So we've developed what was going on with the shield and why that shield's different.
Yeah, you just told us an anecdote about his trophy.
I don't think there's any loose ends in that discussion.
No, but what I think is important is that they don't include the sword on the shield
Yeah.
anymore because I think it looks like the fucking murder weapon.
But yeah.
Like, it looks just like it. We gotta address that. Don't know why that's important or why that happened.
I like the idea that Gant might have like introduced that to the shield design in the first place because like might be able to kill someone with that one day.
That like broke it off the.
Yeah.
There's no way to break it off the statue and use it. If that's the case, I'm gonna be pissed because that should be welded together.
What
But
about the paper?
what paper?
When we walked in, he said he dropped a paper.
Oh no, he like hid it in his desk or something.
Yeah. What are you hiding
Oh wait,
from
wait.
me?
Oh no, he did drop it. It's on the
What are you
ground.
hiding from me? Edgeworth.
Gant had one that he put in his desk when we showed up.
Yeah, but we can't get in there yet. But we will. we will.
So we have to like get Edgeworth to leave the room and we have to go through his stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right here listening to us say these words out loud.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey, Edgeworth. Act natural, act natural, act natural. You wanna get coffee?
You want to like go on a date sometime? Like, you know, I don't
Is
know.
that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look.
Emma, you're useless. Oh no. What? Letter of... It's resignation.
It's a letter of return. Who returns bread? That face. I keep thinking like I don't know if that face means what they think it means.
It's a lewd face to me. I told
It's a
you already.
confusing face.
It's a lewd face.
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside of me has died.
Oh gosh. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
Something died in our garage.
Yeah, I don't know what that smell is. I tried looking for it this morning and I'm scared.
Oh no.
But I tried. I was actually gonna go try to find it.
You're scared.
Because I'm a good hero. I'm a great housemate, everyone who's listening.
She goes on missions.
I clean the house and I fix things. I try.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been just one. No, it hasn't. You should probably resign, honestly.
Yeah, he's been through a lot of shit recently.
I'm kind of honest. But also, he should probably resign for being a bad person. That does bad things in the name of not justice. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. He's always serious. That's what he does.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. We just took it?
He's serious. I like how it says his letter of resignation, he's serious.
It's so serious that he discarded it.
What does it say? Can I
and
read
also
it?
let us steal it. There's not enough words for resignation, I feel like.
The last... It says... It says thank you at the end, doesn't it?
Looks like it.
I think there's some not words in there.
It looks kind of like nonsense.
Yeah. You ever written a letter of resignation, Keith?
No, I just was like, yo, I'm not coming in.
Yo, peace.
Bye-bye. I've quit 2 jobs that were real jobs. And I just said, hey, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. Which is euphemistic. That's Miles Edgeworth's signature is Mill.
Yeah, you know, you can tell he has an ego because he made the first letter of his signature really big. I don't really believe in any of that, but that's the thing. Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as a public prosecutor.
He really wrote a resignation letter and then crumpled it up and threw it on the ground.
Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault.
Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world.
Yeah, you stupid kid.
It's kind of how it is in the Japanese world.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of how it is everywhere, but people just don't listen to
Somebody
that.
has to take the fall.
Yeah.
Somebody must... I mean, accountability is like... In Japan, accountability goes like over the hill and down into a different valley of unreasonableness in the other direction. Like, people's entire careers are ruined because of the accusation that they might have done drugs once. Unconfirmed.
I was gonna say I've seen enough I've read enough manga and stuff to know that like if there's a girl in school and she's like being seen hanging out with a slightly delinquent kid, it's like she's ruined forever.
Yeah,
or you drink from the same cup.
There's a lot
like
of that
thing.
in idol culture.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
Were they caught holding someone's hand? How dare they?
I always wondered.
She's my girlfriend.
How well I would do in Japan because
No.
I'm really lax, and I think that stuff's bad for people. I've never been able to like hold myself to really strict standards because I think it's unhealthy for the creative person.
You'd be a Gretzko's friend, the cougar.
The cougar?
Yeah.
Which cougar?
She's the one that's kind of like loose with everything.
I see what you're talking
and she wants
about.
to like start her own business and everything, and Gretzko's like, this is too much of a risk. I can't deal with this, even though it's like the dream.
I thought when I heard cougar, I just went for like older woman.
Oh no, I think.
But then I forgot
she was a cougar.
This was an anthropomorphic animal show, and thus like she's like a leopard or something. Or she's like a cougar. She's like a mountain lion.
I think she was just straight up a cougar.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly. It's been a bit. She doesn't show up a lot outside of the first season, but that's like the different personality, and it's like, oh, I'm so flustered. How could she be like this? But no, I just think of the fact like I covered the Yakuza series, and when they're making they're making Judgment, the spin-off one. They had to recast the villain of the entire game because they like finished making the entire game, but then there was a controversy surrounding the guy that was the villain, so they had to recast him and redo all of his scenes with a different actor because they're all done with a real actor.
But what was the controversy? Was it something actually big?
I don't remember which one it was, but but the other thing to bring up is there's 2 cases of this, because in Yakuza 5, which in this case they were just doing a remaster of it, they're just going to report it over. There was another controversy surrounding another one of the people from that game, so even though it was just a remaster of an old game, they had to go back and switch him out with a different like low poly character because they had to like recreate like the PS3 graphics so it fit with the rest of the game. But they recast the actor of an old game in the remake. Like it gets that specific. I don't remember which one was which, but I think one of them there was rumors that he did cocaine.
Oh no!
And it's like, my God, what a scandal! Delete him from society now, please. And I'm like, what? Japan's very different.
I was gonna say I'm like I have friends who've done like heroin and stuff, and they're recovered and they're really nice people now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't affect your ability.
Like I would like to see more
person.
accountability for a lot of stuff here, but that's like accountability for the wrong things. That's not even important of a thing to like go after somebody for.
It's one of those things where like how much does it affect other people in your life?
What did he do? Did he abuse his power? Did he steal? Did he like
Embezzle money?
Yeah,
did he like?
Did he go after people? Yeah, was he embezzling money?
Own like a multi-billion-dollar corporation that like?
Did he do some tax fraud?
Is terrible to its workers.
Did he kill a man? It's like ignited cocaine, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm like, what? What? That's the level we're on.
Meanwhile, here in the U.S., we got like all these like all these like musicians that just like relish in like all the drugs they've done. They're like, I do this, and everyone's like, yeah.
Are famous for their drug use, like Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg are specifically famous for drug use, and it's like there's no obstacles there. To the point where like, then it's like it's just in public and all the time. Like there's people talking about going to like E3 and stuff like that, and like getting the chance to demo like the new Halo game or the new Gears of War game or whatever, and like 2 machines over is just Snoop Dogg, and he's just playing while smoking, and like it just there's no one's going to stop him. It's fine. Meanwhile, in Japan, it's like your life is over. You must now hide in shame. Here is the bag. You must wear this forever. Hide your face. It's like, okay, huh?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
Japan, it's okay. Just you take it easy, okay? Just be nice. Be nice to
So
your
that's
people.
a very specific grown-up world we're talking about in Phoenix's case.
In Los Angeles.
San Francisco.
Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits.
Well, not everyone sees it that way. Mostly wrong people. They're dumb.
To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay.
Whoa, Emma.
Wow!
You're different wrong. It's the thing I said before about going over the hill and being in another valley of wrong. Like, you did it. I thought she was going to be a mediating force. Like, wow, time to come out and say something reasonable that's a criticism of how Japanese culture works. And it's like, here comes stupid.
Well, let's see if he calls her. Yeah, I was going to say.
That's one tough grown-up world there.
They're
both wrong.
Don't encourage that.
And they're both kind of dumb.
Dude, I just want to live in the forest and be a forest nymph and just run around.
A forest nymph.
Yeah, and just do whatever I want and be free and happy and not have to live by these societal expectations. But I would die because
letter of resignation.
I don't know how to catch food.
Other note, a work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes.
Damn.
It's
she
polished.
Fuck that desk.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Desk is easy on the eyes.
What is it? What is it? Code
I've never
Code
heard
Geass, dude.
I only hear easy on the eyes in reference to people.
Code Geass, where the chick fucks a desk. It's an infamous scene. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Why?
Because she's in love with another woman, and then she goes crazy and uses a mech to try to destroy everyone.
Anime.
That's the most anime thing I could think of. But anyways, it's polished so high I can see my own reflection. You mean polished so well? That's a weird thing to say. Polished so high.
Every time I need any maintenance handyman job, there's always a flash of this background noise that is Gumshoe existing. Why did I just picture Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. That's fucking rude.
He'll sue you.
Maybe I'll just steal while I'm here.
Yeah, in front of the person. Why would he sue? There's more name plaques. Where's the name plaque?
It's not even there.
Oh,
wait, it's on the left.
Yeah. I was like, where is it? I was like, I'm looking for it. I don't see no thing. I think a new dialogue. Present. They say where there's smoke, there's fire.
And you're smoking, baby.
That's usually about the idea that if there's rumors about something, then there must be something up.
Yeah.
But you're the subject of the rumors, so you're a weird person to cite that phrase, because you know the truth either way. Apparently, I was so caught up in the smoke I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth. The others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you were only doing your job.
I've always made my own decisions about what I can and cannot do. That hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, Please, you have to do something.
Slap. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for something. What?
Show Lana. Can you go see Lana?
Is somebody here?
Oh. Please, lunch lady. Excuse me. It's her! I love her.
Do you work here? Why is she always here? No one else is here. This is a weird place for her to be all the time. It's the parking lot.
She just loiters.
Every day.
Would either of you care for a £1/4 of roast beef?
That's too much.
Well, her boyfriend works here. Maybe she's just waiting around because her boyfriend works here. Is that too much? I don't know how much that is.
Wait, no, £1/4. That's too little.
Well, I think most other cultures actually eat small portions of meat.
No, I mean like the drawing.
Oh.
It looks like a lot of meat. But a £1/4 is like of beef and stuff? Like that's like a patty in a burger.
Yeah, I think that's normal for other cultures.
That's normal here. Yeah, that's a £1/4.
£1/4.
Look how big the package is.
Well, I think it's maybe rice and stuff in there.
It seems like a lot. It looks like it's folded over, like it's just a container of beef. Weirdly folded over itself, which
I don't know.
Also is a distressing visual.
She puts packing peanuts in the rest of the box.
It's just 2 little U's of beef sticking out to give the display, and the rest of the inside is just more seaweed.
Yeah.
Miss Star. I guess she's out of lunches.
Just handing out meat now.
Yeah. Meat? Would you like to sample the platter?
Oh god. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk.
I mean, you didn't have to use your mouth. I don't think they used their mouth.
Well, I don't know. They saw a cow do it, so.
Yeah. Also, you would just see a cow do it.
Yeah. So you'd probably do that. That's why you'd use your mouth.
But I'm like, they didn't discover milk. Like, there's a display.
Well, milk already existed in their own life.
Yeah, like milk is demonstrated. You don't need to discover it. It's like saying you discovered waterfalls. Like, you just walk over and like, there it is.
You were born once and you probably had a mother.
Yeah.
Don't disregard her efforts as not counting just because it's not the milk you buy at the store.
It's not a good example.
Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
The weirder stuff is all the practices people have where they bury meat or whatever and let it rot, and they cut off the rotten parts and they serve what's left or whatever.
Yeah, that's a lot of
or like the entire way that you make alcohol.
Eastern Islander.
It's fucking like convoluted.
That's because people, they want to kill themselves and they hate their lives and they want to die. Because people in Russia just like fermenting potatoes, just like trying to die.
Fermenting and distilling is so convoluted that I'm like, I don't know how you got there.
Or because you live in Egypt and your water is toxic, and so you have to drink beer. Like, it's just stuff like that. It just happens.
That still sounds harder than boiling water.
For some reason, I don't think they could even do that.
But don't you need to boil to get beer?
Well, no.
Maybe some kind.
No, you don't use some. I mean, I think you could just take. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk on that. I don't know.
Experts in the comments. I'll totally read it.
I know. Like that was the
Thank
whole.
Thank you for the engagement.
Thank you. No, I will. I actually will. I learn things from you guys sometimes.
Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence.
Chick's so calm. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness. That, like, amazingly beautiful murder scene that I'm illustrating here for you.
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
I feel like people say that about food. Like any food that you're trying to make well, they're always like, you're supposed to savor it like a wine.
Well, don't you know some food you're supposed to eat and dislike? You're supposed to hate it, Keith.
Yeah.
That roast beef is the only food you're supposed to savor.
I was given a mimosa a couple days ago, and then 10 minutes later I was done with it, and I got like flack for not like savoring it because it only took me 10 minutes to drink it. And I'm like, all right, come on. I don't get it.
That's just when you go get another one.
You need to race to the bottom of the bottle.
Yes.
Savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Tell us things.
Ooh, yeah, tell us the
She who
background.
materializes now. The Dark Investigation.
Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Wait. We just had a conversation about this last episode where it's like, it seemed like the murder took place in like 2 seconds because he had...
And then he immediately turned himself in that day.
Yeah, he committed a murder, 3 murders in one day, and then immediately...
Didn't they even frame it like he was just a normal person and he just suddenly snapped and killed 3
Yeah,
people?
because he
and
hit
turned himself
someone. He hit a kid with his car, and then he killed both the witnesses in one day, and that was his first offense. And then he immediately turns himself in.
What?
So I don't know how this makes sense.
I'm getting really confused by these tales. Yeah, I can't tell if this is a contradiction we're supposed to notice or if it's a contradiction
Like an oversight.
that, like, yeah, because there's always one of 3 things happening this entire playthrough. It's like, one, it's a thing that we're actually going to solve at some point, and we're gonna be like, finally, when we finally get to point this out 6 hours from now. Or
We thought that about the Steel Samurai and his pants being too long.
that's the thing, is like, that's one it'll be like a big
funny.
contradiction that we have to point out a long time from now finally. Or 2, it's a just us genuinely misinterpreting something, in which case there's no way to verify it, no way to check. So we're just like, I don't know, are we wrong? Who knows? And then we're just like, even at the end we still won't be sure. Or 3, it's just a genuine plot hole that the writers themselves didn't notice.
I don't know how you don't notice this.
And
but
those definitely happen.
I feel like that only happens if you have like...
But sometimes we're wrong when we think they're happening.
Yeah.
But other times they're definitely happening.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
So I'm really unclear, but it's something's up. Something's going on for someone here.
Oh, the pressure.
Oh. The pressure.
Oh, the pressure. Oh, Edgeworth. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. I'm a corpse now. Those days were seamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. Once again, he was caught. He died killing Jake Marshall. They both died together, didn't they? So how did our cowboy Marshall?
We thought he got killed, but he was somehow knocked out.
I forgot
and then
about
he was like knocked out, then somehow Neil died on him with a knife in his back.
And then, but they didn't say. Did they tell us that he escaped? Because I don't think we got that part.
I don't think so. I think they arrested him. I think that was the way. I think that was how they caught him.
Well, then, I guess not, because maybe this is the half a year they're talking about. I guess they never explicitly said they caught.
This is what's rough about constantly learning about a case in like a non-linear fashion instead of just being able to just like read a document that just tells us what happened in the case 2 years ago. That's not a secret.
I think you and I just assumed that because there was a photograph, or we saw a picture. I guess not really a photograph. We saw a visualization of Jake Marshall murdered on top of this guy, and you think that would, and he's knocked out. You think the police would just be like, "Oh, you're arrested," like put handcuffs on him, but apparently he escaped.
I think they said that was his final victim. They did say really weird shit. They said it was his final victim, I think, and then they said that was like the time he left clues, which is a weird way to put was knocked out of the scene of the crime and then arrested because he was literally there.
Well, I guess they never told us he was arrested, so now I'm just going to assume that
the idea that he doesn't normally leave clues is also confusing because he just like did a mass. He basically did like a mass murder spree in the street in public in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And then his final victim was also in front of someone.
Yeah.
Because it was in front.
I just don't know.
I'm so confused about this case.
I just assumed they caught him because I can't imagine being knocked out after murdering someone and then getting away still.
I don't know.
But
yeah.
but anyways.
It's like maybe we're misinterpreting something, but also like it's kind of the game's fault for not just like telling us. Like they like once the fucking reveal happens, it'd be nice if we could just read the case. In
or at
clear
least
fashion
see
that
it
tells
played out
us what
before
happens.
us, like some cool.
Like we have no document
vignette.
to refer to, even though we have the case file, because the case file doesn't tell you anything. Because case files are bullshit in this game. Like this is the fucking SL9 incident files. Look how many fucking documents there are. Like, I should be able to fucking know the answers I want if I wanted them. But it's all we can read is the fucking, like, credits.
the cliff notes. It's not even cliff notes.
It's
no
like
plot.
if we had a fucking Blu-ray of like Reservoir Dogs, and all you can look at is who was in the movie. And that's
Directed by.
That's the only part you get to
Screen
look at.
time.
And we're just sitting here like, well, yeah, but what happens in the movie? and everyone keeps talking. Everyone keeps referencing the movie throughout the entire sequence.
Yeah, there's the part where a guy gets his ear cut off. Remember that? And we're like,
and
what?
we're supposed to call out like an objection about the contradiction. I was like, excuse me, no, that song was stuck in the middle with me.
Yeah.
But like, all we have to go on is this shit. And it's like, I don't know. Let me just read what the case was. Because we can't agree on what the fundamental information was. Because every time we think we know what's going on, it gets contradicted. But it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be a plot twist. It just seems like they're being confusing about their explanations, and so we don't understand what we're getting anti-information somehow.
We're going backwards.
Like exposition scenes are serving the opposite point of what exposition scenes are supposed to do, because they're somehow making us understand less about the thing that they're explaining. I don't know.
Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. We'll have to see if we can gain some clarity. Lana.
I
told you they had a fucking thing.
Remaining female
they had
character.
A fucking thing. I told you. Lana Skye.
The only remaining
That's why she fucking hates
character.
her. My sister?
The only remaining female character.
The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. She's fucking salty. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. He's my boyfriend now, bitch. Back off.
It's because she serves all of her lunches with too much soy sauce.
That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have the proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Why not Goodman, though?
Yeah, that's weird. What stands out to me that's strange is that, like, Angel and Marshall are mad at the supposed, like, false information, but both of them seem to agree with the verdict.
Yeah.
Like, usually when people are this mad and, like, having this big torch they bear about this conspiracy of the evidence being wrong or the outcome being, wrong, it's usually because they're trying to overturn the verdict and they want something else. But they're in the incredibly specific and nuanced and strange position of not wanting to overturn the verdict, but being mad that there must have been wrong evidence somehow.
Yeah.
Which is...
But what would they rather have? This person not put in jail, or like? But see, I'm not even really convinced that Joe Dark was the actual villain because of how weird his backstory is.
Yeah, but it's also like it's confirmed. I think it's been confirmed that they at least think they were fired because of the evidence tampering. Like they were blamed for it.
Yeah.
And yet, if that was so concrete of a thing that's worth firing people over, then you think that the stuff surrounding Edgeworth would be more than rumors.
Yeah.
It's like the level of intensity is weird from person to person in a kind of confusing way. But I think it's because they just haven't interpreted what probably happened, which is what probably happened is Gant fired them all because they knew the most about the case where he was the killer. Like if that's happening, then he's like, well, one way to cover my tracks is to kind of get rid of all these people so they don't keep talking.
I think the thing with Edgeworth, though, is I think that he actually wasn't directly involved with the tampering of evidence, which is why everything surrounding him is rumors about him being involved. But I think he was just an innocent person who like suffered.
Yeah, but that nuance doesn't exist. Like no one's like, oh man, Edgeworth, I think he once accidentally used evidence that was tampered with by the police. It's always like, no, the rumor's always that Edgeworth forges his evidence.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
It's like if that's the
like they're just taking it really very
it's
seriously.
a little weird.
They're just believing it, and it's making his job hard.
It's like they're all involved in the exact same case of evidence tampering, but the extent to which it affects people's careers is all over the place. 2 people got fired, 1 person has rumors around them, and then 2 other people are completely uninhibited by this rumor, even though it also, like, they were all in that case, and they were all affected by that. Like, Lana and Gant got promoted, but these 2 got fired.
Yeah, that part makes no sense.
Like, it's total, like, the apparent impact of the scandal is completely noise.
Yeah, I think... Oh yeah, I said that last part already. Without even so much as an explanation. I still don't know what Goodman stayed, though. That's the other thing. Is like,
and Goodman was completely unaffected in every way.
Except for now, where he's dead.
He's true neutral.
I feel like I was like, gonna sneeze for a second, but I think I got it under control, guys. Don't worry, I'm safe, okay?
You defeated it.
Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. The Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. Hair flip. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
She's an inside agent. If he could control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along.
This is strange. The prosecutors are supposed to have power over the police, but the police were able to install the leadership of the prosecutors? How does this world work? I'm confused.
But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change.
At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr.
You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Interesting.